Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves. And so this morning I've been doing healings for people, and I'm going to give you some analogies of what is happening in the healings and some really, really brilliant analogies. As well as that, I mentioned this is what the reason why I say this is because it does astound me at how much our higher selves are all linked together on this journey and all helping each other. So if you come to me for healing or to join the crystal grid that I do, which is all based around the forest lovers who are entwined together for eternity around the oak tree. And it's using the sacred wisdom of the trees to really root the energies of unconditional love onto the planet. Now, and all of the videos go from one to the next, to the next, and to the next, because everything leads into the next thing. Now, this morning I mentioned about the lady who was quite distressed over her twin and was ready to pack in the journey, and she was in an abusive relationship and lots of things, which my heart goes out to her. But what happened was I have just done a healing for somebody. And when I went to, obviously songs come through as they always do, and I went to look into the comments, and by the comments there was an apple, and we are rising up in, whenever I see apple, it's all about rising up in the god goddess energies, and you know, the apple of Aphrodite and so on. And so it had 1111, and then it had the name of this girl's twin. Now, this particular girl's, woman's twin's name, I've never even heard of it before. And so it was so unusual that's why it caught my eye, because I was like, you are joking. That is the other girl's name, the other woman's twin from yesterday. So this is, and not only that, but through a different healing, then a really lovely message came through for me as well as that other lady, because the person who loaded it had my twin's name and also the name of my twin always says that we're going to have children, and the name of our daughter was the name that on the thing as well. So it was his name and then this name of the daughter that maybe we have, who knows. So that's why I say that this is just such an overwhelmingly amazing journey. So the messages this morning were all about the trees as well. Now, the song that has come through is John Lennon, Love. And I am going to read you the lyrics, and then I'm going to go through some very strong symbology that came out in healings today. So the lyrics are, love is real, real is love. Love is feeling, feeling love. Love is wanting to be loved. Love is touch, touch is love. Love is reaching, reaching love. Love is asking to be loved. Love is you, you and me. Love is knowing we can be. Love is free, free is love. Love is living, living love. Love is needing to be loved. Now, even in that song, the mirroring of the entire lyrics is just one massive mirror from one to the next. But also the other thing around that is when I looked at the video, because I came to search it, so it popped up in my YouTube. I look at the video and it is them stood around a tree. John Lennon, Imagine, was also the first song that I was ever guided to put out on this channel. Not only that, and the other thing is that when you go to the, when I go to the end of this song, I've said before, we got messages around finding shoes, and all of us were finding shoes and boots and things. And it's about grounding the energies of unconditional love onto the planet. And what do you need to do that? You need shoes. Now, right at the end of this video, completely abstract, is just a pair of boots. So, and there we've had a message by, when it was all about believing that the impossible is possible, there was a guy that rode a motorbike on the sea. And he was called DC Shoes. So again, it's about believing that anything is possible, believing that you really are, you know, the power of love really can work miracles. Right, so now on to the analogies that I saw in people's healing. And the other thing that is certain, what I can say is also that energy shifts. There is no doubt in my mind, because doing all the healings for you guys and seeing how much it changes and how much it progresses is just quite surreal. So, because we are grounding the energies of love on the planet, and the more that happens, the more the energy of love shifts and makes way to clear the dark, to clear the dense energies, right? So, in this healing, they were basically chopping a tree down with a saw, you know, like a 2-man saw. And they had 2 threads going between their head and their heart. When they were in the head, they couldn't chop because they were like getting stuck and it wasn't flowing. When they were in the heart, then of course the saw went really easily and smoothly through the tree. And her divine counterpart said to her, see, we flow much better when we focus on our hearts, right? Which is so perfect, because that's such a strong analogy about what we're doing, right? We're anchoring tradition, the love of the planet into the world, basically. And then the way that you do that is focusing on your heart. The next one, which was really sweet, he said to me, it's like he said to me, you know, I'm just opening up my heart to feeling that I can talk about my emotions a bit more and getting more comfy with it. And then he said, you see, it's like a phone. When you charge a phone to its optimal battery, you don't leave it overnight, because that flattens the battery, right, over time. The optimal way to charge a phone is to do it, I think, little and often, he was saying, or little, and not to keep it on overnight, which was basically saying, I need time to go away and digest the energy for us to win, for the battery to be the longest life, i.e. to settle for the long haul, right? So it was so clever, because I was like, of course, you need to go away, digest, be able to really, you know, charge up your battery before having another fix of that energy, sort of thing. Which was just a really good way of showing what needs to happen. So basically, not to go into panic when they, you know, if you're in contact with your twin and you're seeing them, and then there's like big spaces in between and that makes you panic, then you shouldn't, because they're just saying it's time for us, we need to integrate that energy, because we want it for the long haul, right? We want the battery to be as long lasting as possible, because we want the forever battery. And then this one, just because I've just heard back from the lady this morning, but I've done a number of healings for her, but this time they were doing a zip wire, and this time her divine partner wanted to go first, and they were going to do a tandem zip wire. And then I saw them at the end interlinking their hands and holding hands, but interlinking their fingers. Their fingers were intertwined, and it was quite specific that I saw that. And I've just heard back from her. She says, thank you, Nikki, for another great healing. This one is a little different. First time he has said he wants to take the lead, which is great. I've always just known it has to be that way. I can make first moves. I don't have a problem with it. But I've known in this relationship, for it to start right, he has to come to me first and take the lead and be strong. That's why I used to despair when he thought I was unattainable. If he continued to think that, he would never have had the courage to move towards me. And things have been changing rapidly over late, though, but mostly under the surface. I can feel it more than see it. We're in each other's hands, minds and souls lately, more than ever before. And I've had dreams lately and in the past where he is holding my hand and our fingers are intertwined. So your healing is spot on. Thanks again. So helpful. You are an angel. Well, That is what I mean, because your souls always want you to be, you are together in your soul, in your spirit, you are together, you're forever connected. And so the message is chop wood, because it is all about, at the moment, focusing on you, going on about your life. And this is what needs to come out today. So nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard-won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, funny because you had the boots, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple, just to be present. Funny how it takes work to just be. All is well, really. So, you know, that is so spot on about yesterday. You know, it's like, write this. If you follow the letters I said about getting 2 pieces of paper, write on the pieces of paper, what do I need to let go? What is blocking me from union with myself and my twin? Second one, what do I need to do to help us come into our union? Meditate on them and then write whatever comes. And then it is just about sitting in that space of knowing that the one thing that you have to do, the one thing is about loving yourself, right? Going on a journey of love for your own self, and knowing that actually you have to trust your own instinct and your own heart. So I absolutely know what it's like to go through, and you want to have that validation from people, and you know that is all part of the journey. That is absolutely part of the journey. But you get to a point where you just know within your heart that it is your destiny, right? And your destiny is all about bringing love and light to the planet, and it is all about understanding there's a bigger mission. And it's all about knowing that the more you shine your light bright, the more that energy is you know, shone out, you know, everywhere. And then the universe will help you to do it. But, you know, at the moment, it's about focusing on you, focusing on doing things you love and just being, right? Being in that space of being rather than, you know, doing, right? Just be, because you are in the presence of your heart, you're in the presence of your twin, and you're in the vibe of love. All right, well, I hope that helps. And this John Lennon song, I've put it into the description box, and it is just so gorgeous. I mean, it's just beautiful. And you can see the love between him and Yoko Ono is just, yeah, it's beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And really interestingly, on this video, they have them showing being intimate with each other. And in that lady's video, in that lady's healing, I saw flashes of them being intimate with each other. So again, I mean, everything is so linked. It is just off the Richter scale. All right, well, listen, if you want to come to me for healing or to join the Crystal Grid or to have a reading, please do. All of my details are in the link. All right, have a good one. See ya. Bye.